Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back with another recording session of Hearthstone. And look here, we've got something new. We've got straight up an ad for the League of Explorers thing. Watch the trailer. I'm half tempted to click this and watch the trailer, but there's no real reason for me to click it since I've already gotten the first wing of the League of Explorers. And I'm still getting the ad, which, you know, really... Come on, game. You know whether or not I've already purchased that. Why are you showing me an ad for something I already purchased? That's not good advertising. Today we have a quest to win 2 games with the Rogue or Warrior, win 5 games with the Mage or Shaman, and win 3 games with the Rogue. So Rogue and Shaman seems like the right move. So let's hop into that. Overall, nothing super terrible has been happening, but I'm still sick like last recording. It's been 3 days. Turns out I did have some acetaminophen drugs, but I didn't know I had it for the first 2 days, and now I'm kind of loopy taking that. Taking the prescribed amount.
I always do.
Ooh, that's new. That is definitely new. We're getting responses now. Interesting. So yeah, I'm not feeling it 100% still. Having cold chills, fever, and bouts of weakness. It kind of sucks. And generally whenever, and my teeth hurt, which is normally happens when I'm sick, my teeth start hurting, which sensitive teeth, I guess. So being sick, I didn't want to do anything, but the stupid, and I guess stupid is the right term, isn't it? Game of Thrones Telltale game came out today. What you got there? And I had to record all that. That is episode 6 of the Game of Thrones Telltale game, so no more of that. I finished it up. I think I probably did about as well as anybody else, but I think everybody pretty much lost. I totally lost. I got tons of people killed, and I don't think there's a good ending in that game at all. And the real BS about it is they said specifically that if you played right, there was a way to save everybody, and I'm like, no. No, even if there is some magical, if you have a walkthrough, if you have worked with the creator of the games, normal players are not going to save anywhere near any of them. I barely kept 2 people alive in the entire series.
Psst, want a deal?
I guess I could have kept 3 alive, but that it didn't really make the ending. There was like no real ending there at all. Disappointing. Really just disappointing. I guess I can't say much more about it. Either I played really bad throughout the entire series, or the game just was intent on doing terrible things. Which, Game of Thrones, probably the game is intent on doing terrible things to your characters. And that's not gonna convince me to cry about it or go, oh, the Red Wedding, whatever. I mean, I don't care about the Game of Thrones series, and I think I played the game as a gamer fine, and I think I deserved a better ending than I got. I feel kind of gypped, come to think of it. But I recorded all of that. I'm doing a little bit of an experiment here. It just seems like the right move is to put out all the episodes as soon as possible. I'm not getting the episodes out extremely fast, but after I played it, I tried to go see like YouTube videos of the other endings, and
What idea?
I couldn't get anybody who had videos in a couple searches. I didn't really try that hard, but I could not get YouTube to immediately point me to, oh yes, this is what the endings are for the entire game. So by me putting out my final video and I'm calling it bad ending question mark, that I'm hoping that'll get more views, and I think it is. I think it certainly is. I think getting out as soon as fast as possible is the smartest move for a series that just came out. Now for Hearthstone here, doesn't seem to really matter. Because Hearthstone, there's hundreds of Hearthstone games, and I'm not doing anything that's new here. But the League of Explorers is the exact opposite situation. If I get those League of Explorers videos out, man, just the difference of an hour, it seems like, will get me twice as many videos. So, you need to be as much on the ball as possible. Even getting like 50, 60, 100 views is getting me up there, and the best I can do. I of course could play all new games all the time and potentially do something like Giant Bomb, just do quick looks and not bother to go any further with the game, but that's not something I'd want to do. That's not realistic. And to just very quickly get back with the Game of Thrones series, it very much feels like the reviewers, the big time reviewers, people I would follow and hear their reviews, I suspect they were given all of the seasons at the very beginning. And sure, they were embargoed and had to wait to release it. But I heavily suspect they played Game of Thrones from like the day, probably weeks before even season 1 was released. They had played the entire game, had 5 different reviews written out to cover those each. Well, in Game of Thrones example, actually there were 6 chapters. They got greedy and even added another chapter. I don't know if it was really greedy, but they added another one. But I imagine video game reviewers had them all, played the entire game in just back to back, and they had a much better experience with it, which is inherently the problem, a new problem of episodic, but on top of all the other problems with episodic releases. If the reviewers are going to have a completely different experience with the game because they're getting special access, then the reviews can't be trusted. My reviews of the Telltale game are just filled with, I don't remember what things are going on because of the episodic release. I don't know if any of the other coverage of it is going to mention that, because that very well may not have been their experience. Which just more reason. Just more reason that there's episodic releases shouldn't be done. They are the planned trilogies of video games, as I've started to realize. Is never make a planned trilogy, never have episodic releases either. Speaking of unplanned trilogies, since I wasn't, but I actually watched. Well, I didn't watch. I will not say I wasted my time to watch, but I fast-forwarded through the Human Centipede Sequence 3 because I wanted to see what it was about.
We're using real sorts.
It seems like, well, what happened is the first movie, they're all awful movies and no sane person should ever watch any of them. But the first movie is like this weird German body horror that might be amongst the levels of like Cronenberg type thing, maybe. And then the second one is just kind of ridiculous attempt by a completely different creator to recreate it. And then the third one is like an insane person's comedy spin on it. It's really, really crazy. And they have no connection to it. Honestly, if you were gonna watch any of them, which again, no person should, the first one at least is something you could proudly say, I was crazy enough to watch this. The second one, the third one, I don't think there's any pride to be taken through watching that. I was fast forwarding since I was sick through a bunch of Netflix things, and Netflix is alright, but it didn't really grow its collection since the last time I watched things.
I'm watching you.
And I kind of wish it had. Let's see.
Tusk!
I could kill this guy, but there's no real reason to.
Put this apple on your head.
I'm sorely running out of things to watch on Netflix because I'm picky and I don't want to sit through a lot of things too. It gets this anxious kind of situation of like I want to do something but I don't want to do something type stuff. I want to watch Netflix but I don't want to watch a Netflix. I don't want to waste my time on it. This will fix that problem. Let's see.
You face death. Tusk!
That should fix a lot of our issues. Yeah, but I think that's all I've been doing, really, is a lot of sleeping, a lot of being sick, a lot of just trying to get better and perhaps not really succeeding that well at that, sadly.
Fine, I'll heal.
Oh, I gotta kill something now. No, it wasn't. I had to kill something. I needed another mana thing. See, obviously I'm not even paying enough attention here. I could kill this guy.
Tusk!
Oh, Sally.
Ooh, that's a League of Explorers card.
You face
He's looking at it, he's like, what is that card? I've never seen that. That's because it's new.
little time.
So did this guy respond to this guy when we started this match? I'm gonna have to keep my ears out
Behold the
and
might
see if
of
that happens, or if
Stormwind.
it's only when you match the same hero. Let's see, we can either give our totems +2 attack.
There is a
Let's
lot
try
at
this.
stake here.
Fine, I'll wand.
I think we've now reached the point where I can win this, or start working towards winning it.
Truth is my shield.
Well, that's not gonna help. Let's try this, and then this might work.
I enjoy raiding.
We'll play this next turn. Let's see.
Fine, I'll want.
This one out. And I don't think I can do anything else right now. Even if I attacked with all three of these, it would just kill this creature, this guy. Is that really what I want to do? No. I don't know if I even saw any
Just me and
good
Mr.
shows. Oh, I did sit through one movie called Circle, where it's like 50 people are abducted by aliens, and they're stuck on spots, and they have to vote on who's gonna get killed next, basically. Yeah, I think that's exactly how it works, the way to describe it. And so it's just a talking head movie of how would you pick to kill people democratically, and there's a little girl and a pregnant woman, and they get to the end, obviously. I mean, pretty much about halfway through the movie they're like, well, we've got it, we're either going to be left with them surviving, or we're going to have to kill them early. I'm not going to kill this guy, so I'll just end my turn here. It kind of had no point. There was no big reveal as to why the aliens were doing this. You never see the aliens. There's no super huge twist in it. I will say at the end, one person walks away and survives, and none of the others do. So what? I mean, seems ridiculous in a lot of ways, and it was. Did I watch any other things? I want to say the series Black Books, which is a BBC comedy, is back on Netflix. That's worth watching. Sadly, the real truth of it is there's probably a lot of things that are worth watching. I've just already seen them. If there was only a way I could get this up higher.
Fine,
Because I can kill this guy. Fine. But without...
Totally.
Without getting this... So let's say they get rid of this next turn. Can I do anything else? I'll heal this guy for 7, and then end the turn. I looked at a couple of newer anime series on Netflix. I can't really get into them, partially because I have a backlog of the older ones, and again, the whole issue is I just don't want to I don't feel like sitting through things. I don't feel like watching things. If there was only a way I could... I've gotta like kill this, don't I? Don't I? Yeah, but if I kill this, I lose. But if I don't kill this, I'll be down to 1. Unless he cannot do 1 damage with his next 2 cards, I've lost.
Fine, I'll wand.
This is strange. I should have killed that. Oh, that was the right move. Oh man, that was stupid. I should have killed that. That would have protected my face a little bit more. If he can't do 2 damage, which it doesn't seem like he can, because he's sitting here trying to kill my creatures. He seems very interested in playing right and making sure he kills everything. Now if I just get a spell that does 6 damage, that'd be great.
There is a lot at stake.
My experience with anime on Netflix in general has not been great. Because frankly, it's just difficult. It's difficult. There was a lot of research when I was really watching anime, as far as just if it's a series that has multiple series, if there's something you should watch before it, just because it's connected. If there's something you should watch before that one you're thinking about watching, because there might be a non-storyline reason. Like, a lot of series are significantly, or subjectively at least, better and worse, and if you run into watching accidentally the best of a entire genre, you won't really be satisfied with any of the worser things. Much like if the first movie you ever watched is, say, Star Wars for sci-fi genre, well, you're gonna be sorely disappointed when you try and go watch a bunch of those other sci-fi shows. Oh, speaking of sci-fi, they're making a sequel to Prometheus, and they changed the name again, and it might be good? Question mark? I don't know. I watched Prometheus. It didn't really satisfy me as far as the part of the series, and I may even have it on Blu-ray just because I wanted to have it with all the Alien Blu-ray collection. Actually, I have Blu-ray. Go back to 2. Particularly in anime, though, they make movie versions and TV versions of a lot of things, and if you don't do the research, you may want to watch the movie version before the TV version. I guess I should have attacked there. Or vice versa. Sometimes you want to watch the movie version in between specific volumes of a TV series. They used to, it's a dying fad now. They used to release like volume and volumes of TV series, so volume 1 would be the first 4 or 5 episodes. Nowadays it's much more likely that you're just going to attack.
What you got there?
You're just gonna get the whole collection.
Here we go.
Some stuff is unfinished. I don't think they've finished the Neon Genesis Evangelion reboot, turning that into Blu-ray movies and remaking that, which is about the 27th time it's been remade and re-released. Which, more research. You'll never work harder than being an anime fan. You really won't.
Here we go.
So getting into it on Netflix is just, in particular, it's a nightmare. I mean, they need to take something along the lines of their cartoon layout and add those type of elements to it. And frankly, those type of elements are could work really well for everything. Even regular movies, if you could get to a description, which there is a description on Netflix, but you really can't get to it on at least the Xbox interface that I use very easily or efficiently. But if you could get on there and you could click this this actor's name, and then get a full-on like discography of everything that they've been on, and then it says current, and then it automatically just says currently available playlist, and you can just play playlist all that. Netflix is kind of missing a playlist in general to bring people beyond different shows. It's not a very YouTube-like experience, which I guess is great because then you can't accidentally end up in completely different places. Let's see. Go ahead and do this.
Here we go.
But yeah, I don't know how I could get back into it. And inherently, this just reminds me. I know I say inherently way too much. I'm sorry. I'm sick. Forgive me. Forgive me even when I'm not sick for doing that, because I do it a lot. I totally do. But what has been my problem for probably half a decade more now is I am either in one or two states. I am working at some job that takes all my time up and makes me so frustrated that I don't want to watch the movies. But I'm getting a paycheck that is high enough to have the actual cash to buy the movies. Or I am not working and then I have to return to the movies, but then I don't feel like I kind of deserve to be watching movies. And also, a lot of times when you're not working, you're looking for a job, so it takes up as much of your time anyways. And I have yet to find the state that I could reach again, where I had the free time and the money and the desire and energy and am not frustrated or feel like I don't deserve to watch them. I haven't been able to recapture that since my initial obsessive fanboyism of it, in which I started and got to all of it. It was kind of just a special time, probably a lot to do with my age at the time too. I could try to join a group viewing club and such. I don't know if that would really help anything. It feels like that would probably be just a waste of time and gas and meeting with people, but then I'd be meeting with people. I guess I'm kind of unique in that I don't want to even once in a while go out and meet with people. I'm very antisocial. Hey, I play video games. No duh, I'm very antisocial. But I don't meet people online playing video games, and I don't meet people outside in the real world. and that's probably to my detriment, but it also probably helps me build up enough talking energy to do these series and this coverage. Is that and honestly, the most conversation I have had in recent times is through my channel, just people commenting. So, but I have danced with the thought of being more social, and honestly, every time I think about it, the answer is just no, I don't want it. It's not something I desire. I'm just a strange aberration from normal people. So even going to like a viewing group and watching things, I'd just be probably watching things people don't want to watch. I'd probably be talking, because I kind of recall I had a bad habit of talking in the middle of things. I'm pretty ADD about it, I suppose, would be a good term. Can I protect this guy from an attack? Yes, I can, but I should play this.
Did you bring some fish?
That'll give me one more totem. Ooh, and that's a pretty good totem to get. Then play this. Play this. And now he can't.
Job's done.
And on my 10th turn, boy, can I do some damage.
There is little time.
So I guess that probably is an admittance that I don't have a good balance going on in my life. I think that's probably an accurate thing to say. But trying to find the balance in life is kind of the struggle, always. Trying to figure out how things, how to have a life that is well balanced and not obsessive about a single thing or two. I've never really succeeded at that. It would be to the detriment of this channel too. Once I stop being sick, I need to be obsessive. I need to be able to get back on the horse and record Hitman Absolution and get that done. After I get Hitman Absolution done, I need to get Dishonored done. After I get Dishonored done, maybe I'll have some free time. Maybe I can do Borderlands. I've been watching other people play Fallout. I've learned
Is someone injured?
what I kind of want to do when I cover Skyrim, which will come about at some point. Let's see. I could do this, and I think that's about all I can do. I need to be able to kill this guy or I'm gonna lose. Or I could do this and then see if that works. Which I have to choose. Let's see. Or I could do this and I could give everybody +1/+1.
What to do?
Which it doesn't matter. So let's do this. We have to do 6.
There is little
And
time.
then this, and 2 things. Done. I've actually gone about, and I won't read them now because they're
The
just
gates
kind of,
are open.
I don't have them in front of me, but I've come up with like a 10 rules to follow type set of things to do when recording a RPG that as big as Skyrim is going to be. Just what I'm hoping to actually accomplish. Let's see. Let's hope this works. Nope. Oh well. There's definitely things I've learned. One of the things I've learned about Twitch things is it is definitely a different experience than YouTube. There are seeming like way too many Twitch streamers that particularly just sit there and cuss the whole time. They're just talking trash, being ridiculous, and I don't see why that would appeal to anybody at all. I don't want to hear somebody and every third word out of their mouth is a cuss word. I'm not sure this for them, that's just not intelligent. It's just not something I feel like makes it look good or makes it good content. A lot of other Twitchers that are sitting there drinking and getting a little buzzed. I haven't seen anybody get drunk, and I'm probably not the best person right now talking about being
Squire, attend me.
a little fuzzy-headed since I'm on cold medicine at the moment. But yeah, they seem to get drunk. They seem to respond immediately, a lot of times really badly to negativity or trolls when they really should just ignore them completely. They seem to respond to chat. It seems like an experience that is way more centered around whatever the chat is saying right then and there. Trying to get people to subscribe to their channel for whatever amount of money they save for a month. So sometimes they'll do giveaways, and then the giveaways will be behind a subscribed only chat, so people will subscribe just in the hopes of winning something. Kill this guy. They're gonna lose, but whatever. They do a lot of giveaways, but then that's the really big people. They seem to get a ridiculous amount of money, but I don't know how much of that is real money and just people using stolen cards or cards they're gonna cancel or expire type stuff. Yeah, there's a lot more, and I might go into it next time. We've been going long enough here. I still got a lot of work I need to do today, don't I? I didn't make any progress. That sucks. Alright, well, as always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.